Let's see, actually, I know. If I sit down though.
Was it Griffith or Griffiths?
Griffith.
Griffith.
Yes.
Got one on there today. Well, I'm glad I clarified that. So like, that was
No. That's all good.
occasionally forgets.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to KG5. SFL Clash round 14 action here. We're getting towards the pointy end of the season, and again with major finals ramifications on the cards here today. It's Glenorchy taking on Kingborough. It is a massive match with just 3 remaining after this. The lead into finals. Both teams enter the day with 5 and 7 records. A chance to really put one hand on a final spot, basically have control of their fate moving forward. The stakes are enormous. It should be a cracking encounter. I'm Andrew Cooling, looking forward to calling the action here. Joining me on his debut on Special Comments is Lee Griffith. Lee, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Yeah, happy to be here. You are absolutely correct. This is a very important game, 8-point game, you might as well say, with a couple of games to go. And going by the last time these two sides played, there wasn't much between them down there at the Twin Ovals. So I'm expecting an absolute cracker as well.
Yeah, they've met twice this year. The first time back in round 4, a pretty comfortable win for Glenorchy. But as you mentioned, that round 9 clash, just 7 points in at 88-81, also at the Twin Ovals. We've got a fixture quirk there, as you pointed out when we were talking pre-game. But Glenorchy finally getting a home game here, and they'll be looking to make good use of it. I think it's more important for them to win this one, arguably, than the Tigers. Just looking at final 3 fixtures, Glenorchy have got Clarence and Lauderdale, the competition's top 2, as 2 of those final 3. Both teams play Brighton and Lauderdale, in fact. Kingborough have North Hobart, who are above them on the table. That's probably more winnable than Clarence, so perhaps a little more leeway if they were to fall today. But certainly, both teams will be desperate for 4 points today, and really they'll control their own fate from here on out if they get it. What are you expecting out of the gates of this one, Lee? What are you expecting to see in the first quarter?
Well, you expect a high intensity, especially for 2 teams that are fighting for that 4th position to get in the finals. So, and look, the home ground advantage of Glenorchy could be a factor. It'll just come down to, obviously, as the midfield battle to start with, to see who's on and who's going to start the game in fantastic fashion, and see how we go.
Comes to the midfield battle, of course, Kieran Lovell will be chief amongst them. He has been an absolute star of Tasmanian football for so long. He's in so many ways the heart of this Kingborough side, and expect him to have a major influence upon the proceedings. We've seen him go forward at times this year and impact the scoreboard there. The Magpies going to need to find a way to quell his influence. So we're ready to get underway in this massive clash at KG5. Tyler Carter is starting the ruck against McInnes as Gordon looks to get first use, but he's immediately wrapped up. The umpire will toss it straight back up. Carter bullocks his way through, takes it and clears the kick round the corner up towards Watt under pressure from behind. Wiley slaps it out the back. Tigers trying to escape there through Brower. And then a tumbling kick towards the paint of 50. Ball to be won here, and winning it's Lovell, who started forward. He arches the back and sets it high inside to a contest. Spoil spills out the back. Perhaps an opportunity here for the Tigers. Gunther just looking to rush it, and he gets it through for the first minor score of the afternoon. Stab pass. Here's a good one. Finds Nicholson at half back, who gets things flowing. Wide floating ball. Working up the ground is Bryce Alomes. Oh, what a star he can be. From the goal kicker, vital to the link-up play. He sends this one long down the line, 2-on-1 in favour of the Tigers. Guys doing pretty well to halve the contest in here. Now massive bodies. Nicholson arrives. His kick went nowhere. Clifford clears up towards the middle of the ground, and Lovell does ever so well to take the mark ahead of Meredith. Immediately to his feet and looks to dart through the corridor. Sends it in the Carter direction, just right underneath the football. Arnold retreats out the back, and then wide. Evans with the room to manoeuvre. Defensive side of the wing, he lasers one down the line. It's a nice kick. Found its way to Roberts. He looks up and sees plenty of bodies behind the ball for the Tigers. Eventually kicks to a contest going way too early was Baker Smith. That's a free kick every day of the week. So Lovell trace back to Clifford. Clifford will look to execute the switch. He's got Brewer working hard for him. Nicholson best position though. Spilt the chest mark in the end. Nicholson has to go out the back and retrieve it. Chips one straight to the opposition. Poor ball use. Driven straight back though. Sloppy football from both sides. Arnold with time to steady. Now Gunther through the middle of the ground. He's a thumping kick. He just pulls this one cleverly though. Went looking for Smith. Spoiled away. Handball out the back. Trying to get there. Thompson. He's brought down. The umpire says, I'll have it. McInnes and Brzezinski. McInnes won it down. Beams releasing. Did it nicely to Roberts. Roberts shipping up towards the half-forward line. Might have been a case for in the back. Umpire says he'll have it once more. Clifford doing a good job to shut down Hilda there. Brzezinski won it down. Brower bringing down below field. Brzezinski palmed it straight down to the opposition, the form of Simpson. He bent one forward, might have been a hold, nothing doing. Lovell dancing through traffic. Peel out to some space and get on the end of this one from Brereton. So Lovell drives it up the wing. The Magpies well set behind the football. Simpson did nicely. Had 3 to beat and got the free kick out of it. Some nice work there from Clifford. Searching for Carter. The spoil came from behind from Manson. Saw it out of play.
Intensity is good from both sides at the moment. Still definitely filling each other out at the moment at this point, but Lovell's definitely a key in the game.
He has been busy early, has Kieran Lovell. Expect nothing less of the champion. One down by Brzezinski. Looked out the back to Males. Males slick handball to Beams. Beams was good inside areas. And they link it up nicely here. Keegan Wiley gets involved. Looping handball straight though to Clifford. Clifford tries to bite one off into the corridor. That was a clever kick. Now they'll go looking for Parker at half forward. Waits, ball never reached him. He'll get the handball in the end though. Parker gets onto the right. Tumbles one inside the forward 50. Blasted on out of there. Took a bit of an awkward bounce in the end. Hilda won it, but just rather blindly handballed it over the top straight to Parker. Room for Brewer to assess his kick. Getting a hand up in the way was Hilda. And sees it out of play. Huge game in the context of the 2025 season, this one. Bit of a cagey opening. Throw loops over both rucks' heads. Rower round the corner, tumbles one in there. Out the back, Harry Gunther has a dash and a bounce. Gets some support from Males. He looks to bend one, not a whole lot forward of the football, so he just kicks for space out ahead of Alone, so he's happy to see it tumble out of play. Brzezinski won it over the top. Joey Brewer driven into the ground. That'll be a free kick. Didn't have the football. Looks to use Lovell. Just gliding through the middle of KG5 and tries to finesse a pass. A little too cute though. Coughed it up in the end to Meredith, and now an opportunity here for the Magpies for the first score. Green driving it deep. Out the back. Big opportunity perhaps for Baker Smith, but it's rushed through. We're tied up at 1 apiece.
First real chance there for Glenorchy to get into the inside 50s. Yeah, could have worked a little bit better there.
It's a little untidy as it opened up for them as Godomski lopes out a full back, drives it wide. That's a wonderful kick. No, it's not. It's gone too far in the end. Right idea, just let it get away from Watt in the end. So the Magpies an opportunity, and again it's the early fly. Baker Smith, he's gone very early again and conceded a second free kick. An unrealistic attempt. Not quite timing the leaps early in this one is Baker. He's not afraid to fly it. And I did earlier this year at KG5. Took a few speckies. As the Tigers charge back the other way. Wonderful click. Clifford ahead of the football. Can Carter get it over the top? He goes for goal himself. Bouncing towards the goals. Tyler Carter bends it back expertly. I thought he might have looked the handball to the one, and Clifford said, I'll take it on myself. And a counter-punching goal for Kingborough. Sees the first major of the afternoon.
Broke him up there on the outside. They just cut him through, got him going, and good to see Carter back at full forward is where he normally plays. He obviously started in the ruck, but great play.
Yeah, it's been interesting the way the UC and Brzezinskak those ruck situations this year. You kind of want Tyler Carter inside forward 50 when you can, but a little undersized in the ruck department. He's had to pinch hit in there a bit. Might be why we've seen them play more of a counter-punching style at times this year. Carter doesn't attempt to go for this one. McInnes just went. Carter's handball was shut down. Carter then knocking it towards a teammate. Ball to be 1.5 forward here for the Magpies. They'll turn and go inside 50. That's a good-looking ball and juggling it in. And taking the mark. On that one did Baker Smith. Extraordinarily tight angle. This will take something special. So Baker Smith will kick from 45 right on the boundary line, and he shanks it straight out of bounds on the full. So a bit of a wayward start to this one for Baker Smith.
Yeah, he's tried to take two hangers, and obviously some jitters, nerves.
Impactful player. Quite been the impact he has sought thus far. Flying from behind Wiley. Ball in dispute, handball back to Wiley. Underground ball was a clever one. Whitford, though, immediately locked up. Good pressure coming from the ruckman, Brzezinskak. Who compete with McInnes here. They clutter into each other. Brzezinskak won it down, but the Magpies will get the clearance via Whitford. High ball in the Smith direction again, just pitched in front of him. Clifford now with a quick release to Godomsky, and he goes right down the corridor. Searching ball there, couldn't quite find his intended target. It's the handball over the top to Simpson. Simpson releases it there to Evans. Evans is brought down. Took his man on. Bit off more than he could chew. Brewer got him. Brewer's kick, a little rush though. In the end, might work out, but some pressure comes. The umpire calls for it. Tossed up once again. Harnwell applying some pressure. Kick floating towards the half-forward line. Wouters was there. Clifford hits the ball. His kick straight out of bounds. Well, conditions near perfect for football here at KG5 today. After last week's torrential downpour caused a unique week of SFL football across the board. Complete opposite here this afternoon.
No excuses for bad football today.
No wind, sun is shining. Ground looking in pretty good condition. Simpson. Left foot tumbling ball towards half forward. Bounce favour to Loams, made it work nicely. Now chipped inside, but again, just a tad untidy. Working up down there, and the quick release. Jet Knighton had got free, spots him up in the corridor. He wants to go with hands through the corridor. They'll drive it, searching in the Carter direction again. Took it, looks to turn. They don't argue, and then fires towards goal. Just tugged his kick a little though, and that one is out of play.
Getting worried.
So it'll be tossed back into play. Tigers on the attack here. Carter reaches down, gets his shot away. Tyler Carter offline for a behind. So Whitford at half back takes a nice mark there ahead of Brower. Then lofts it down the wing. Strong from McInnes. Towering mark from the ruckman there. Stabs it short and found the leading target in the form of Josh Hilder. Quite a condensed field here. No one within the 30 metres near the goals here. Everyone really pushed up. So it is a sea of bodies ahead of him. He goes in the Baker Smith direction. And spoiled away from him and out of play. Back into play. One down by McInnes. Thompson takes it away, launches it towards the Loams at the top of the square, bouncing back towards the goals. Thompson got that ball to talk. It bent back like a spinning cobra, and through it goes for the Magpies' first major. They're back within a point.
That might get them going. A bit of beautiful ruck work there and rovering by Thompson. And, got the lucky bounce, but you've got to take that in these games.
Be just what they needed to get going here, the Magpies. Certainly, I think, was looking for a Loams in the one-on-one marking situation. Lacks a fortune. They get there first in what's been a low-scoring opening here at KG5. 8 plays 7. They're around the halfway mark of the opening term here. Carter. Free kick's been called, and it's going to go against Tyler Carter. Going the way of McInnes. He's going to use Whitford, who drives them up towards the half-forward line. Taking it was Nicholson. Nicholson's kick is chopped off by Godomski. Godomski happy to retreat across to Griggs. Now look to get some handballs going here and using the free man wide. Running hot early in this one. Lovell. Short to Clifford. Running the outer wing again is Lovell. Drives this one up towards the half-forward line. An opportunity perhaps here for the Tigers. High ball inside forward 50. All on his lonesome is Watt. And an eternity just to wait for that ball to reach him. This will test him. He'll kick from just about 50 metres out. Doesn't look overly confident. Instead, hands off to a running Kieran Lovell, who lets fly on the run. It's got marked right on the line, but just across. It was Pat Harnwell with a big fly. Couldn't quite reel it in time. So 9 plays 7 as short ball finds Green. And look to dart off half back here at the Magpies. Cutting into the corridor, risky and chopped off there by Griggs. Made to earn that one. It's a late inclusion to the side. I'll have to chase that number for you as that one's worked towards the forward line. Whitford under increasing pressure. Got the handball away, but he coughed it up. An opportunity here for Kane. Snapped high. It's offline. Gunther, spilt the chest mark. Unfortunately for him, he's able to recover and slap it through. Nearly a disaster there for big Harry Gunther.
It nearly was, but the Kingborough player should have had a left foot.
Yeah, not quite what Henry Kane was going for with the shot on goal there. So 10 plays 7. Tigers edging the scoring chances early on. Towards a contest, strong is Baker Smith with the pack mark. So Smith kicks it in the Alomes direction. Had 2 flying against him. Staying down and rewarded for it there was Donaghy. Another stoppage is forced. So back into play. Brzezinskak just releases the handball. He coughed it straight up to Simpson. Simpson wide there towards Evans, who's brought down by Brereton. Tigers been making their tackles stick in this one early on. Smashed forward there by Baker Smith. Just volleyed out of mid-air by Brower. Not 15, so having to get rid of it was Griggs. He was tackled off his kick. Back to Simpson again. He's been busy. Set up ball towards the Loams. Godomski took front position. Won it down, then burst away with it. Superb from Godomski. Out now to Jet Knight, and the ball wouldn't sit accommodatingly for him, though. Took an unkind bounce. Wiley sweeps the handball to Males. Spilt one. Time to recover it, though. And he'll head wide. So the Magpies back to Wiley. Usually a good user by a foot. Simpson in the bullseye. Heads wide. That's a clever ball. Drifting out of that space was Barwick. Barwick sees a crowded forward 50 and you just set sail towards the goal square. Let the big men fly. The Tigers content to rush it through for a behind. So Clifford driving out a fullback again, searching for Brower on the outer side. Mayfield sees it away from him. Magpies win the football back. Just losing his footing. Thompson now has some pressure coming from Parker. Parker just holding on there, and the free kick will go the way of Thompson. And Leeds begin to present. Loams was his favoured target. Ducking under one was Barwick, and then called for holding the footy. Just lost his footing at the wrong moment there, Barwick. And Clifford, the relieving free. So Clifford swings the handball wide. Brewer the target there, but in the end, reeling it in was his brother, Mitch Brewer. There's a man wide open in the form of Knight at half forward. Hit him lace out, and he spies Carter on the lead.
Good play, that. Good play. Broke him up on the way through. Brewer. And then Carter's now going for his second.
So Tyler Carter, for both his and his side's second of the afternoon, extend the lead to 8 points. It's working back nicely. Tyler Carter looking dialed in here at KG5. He has two. The Tigers get their second. And he's certainly looking the likely man in that forward 50 thus far.
He was a danger the last time these two sides played. Carter got 6 with 13 goals. And already showing, 2 goals already. And really good job at the moment is Godinsky on Alomes. Playing very well on him.
One of the premier defenders in the competition is Lockie Godomski, and the combination of defensive work and drive he provides them, it's tough to find when you've got a key position player who can also provide rebound. You know you've got a pretty useful tool, and they certainly have one of the stars of the comp in the form of Godomski. So McInnes flies, Carter stayed down again there. In the end just toes it off the deck, forward toward Brzezinskiak. Clear and kick came away from Manson. It's marked by Whitford on the pain of 50. Loams trying to shrug off the attention of Godomski. Baker Smith, his target, worked his defender under the ball, but flies over his head and out of play. So 21.5 gone in the opening term. Magpies to claw their way back into this huge 8-point game. Wiley on the left with the snap for goal. It's offline. Through for a minor score. Lovely kick of the football, Keegan Wiley, but perhaps not known necessarily for his goal kicking. The Tigers with Brower. Head wide. Searching for Kane, sliding, but couldn't quite control it inside the field of play.
Zinskak paddles down. They're arriving to apply some pressure. Trying to get free there was Donaghy. Here's Lovell again. He's been red hot to start this one. He just sweeps between 5 of them, got the handball away, but in the end winning it back was Simpson, who's been almost as prolific back the other way for the Magpies in terms of possessions. They've both been busy, those two. Here's Barwick. Will head wide. Here to next. A driving kick inside the forward 50. Beautifully marked back there. Taking the intercept. Change for the Tigers there. This one's up towards the contest through the hands of Wiley. Flanagan, I'm informed it is. A couple of late switches to the Tigers outfit. It's a fine intercept mark, so here's Harnwell. Stabs it short, searching for Carter. Now an opportunity here for the Tigers to get their third. And would you believe it? Hitting the post. What a bad miss that was. They'll win the ball back at half forward though, so a chance for redemption. Maybe the 7-point play. Trying to spin through was Stevenson. Couldn't quite. Kick through the arms of Flanagan, who was taken out. Oh, that's a fierce tackle. And another one. The Tigers bringing the heat with the tackling.
Flanagan again. Late inclusion.
Jonty Code, the other man, both really setting the tone there with a couple of crunching tackles. Rzinskak. Here's Gordon. Don't argue there on Roberts, and then heads towards Brower. His brothers run on over the top for him. Goes further afield to Tyler Carter. The spearhead looming large. Spies an open goal square, so he plays on. Sets sail for home. And it's touched. Getting back nicely. Keegan Wiley did the defensive work. It was always just going to be on Carter's range. He tried to get it away before the defence could get back, but they foil him. So Wiley, Gunther, moved his man under the ball. Trying to juggle it inside was Roberts, unsuccessful though. Brereton be the recipient. So he plays on, darts inside and then launches it long. Harnwell a target. Wiley best position to defend and he spoils it away and finds the safety of the line. Good job keeping Harnwell quiet thus far. Player who's sparked a bit this year for the Tigers. Big improving guns of the competition. Zinskak winning that one down. Roberts through traffic, released it to Simpson. Just got the handball away inside, back to Roberts. Walking the tightrope, his kick stayed in play nicely. Gets some territory and a ball in on the wing. Bad result there for Roberts. Didn't really have much to go to. Got the territory without giving away the insufficient attempt. Brzezinskak spilt it. Tigers working out the back of the stoppage. Too much on it though for Stevenson. Lovell just released the handball inside. Valters. Then Clifford uses full confines of the ground to find Stevenson. High lofting kick. Harnwell flies. Gunther though standing tall. Good intercept there. The Magpies will look to drive it through the middle of the ground via the boot of Wiley. He gives it a roost up towards half forward. The spoil came from Godomski. And a holding the man free kick will be paid here. So a Loams. Send the Magpies inside 50. It's a flat kick to the pocket. Smith couldn't quite reel it in. And off hands and out of play. Mayo stripped of the football, then got it back and got a shot away. It's drifting goalward. It's across the face, though, through for a behind. A low-scoring quarter, winding towards its conclusion. 1-4 to 2-6. I think the side with their shooting boots on thus far. So Clifford. High clearing kick. The fly came from Gunther. Beams sends it back inside, and again, a pillar of strength down there at the moment. Here's Godomski. And there is the quarter time siren. So it is the visitors holding sway by 8 points after one term of action. 2-6-18. Kingborough leading Glenorchy 1-4-10 in this all-important battle for that fourth finals spot. How did you see that first quarter, Lee Griffith, and who were the players that stood out to you?
Yeah, look, it was probably as the game's expected. The midfield, Lovell definitely is tearing him up in the middle there. Look, Carter has started well as well. He's 2 goals, 1, and probably could have had a couple more. The Kingborough midfield doing quite well. Look, Clifford, Lovell, Breznak, and Godomski. Or Godinsky?
Godomski, yeah.
Godomski. They've all played well. And for the Magpies, you're looking at sort of Thompson, he's got a goal. Baker Smith is trying fairly well. Looks like he might have moved to full forward. Alone's has come out to centre half forward. And Gumpher's done pretty well down back when it's been set up properly. So, yeah, look, game is tight, but Kingborough just have the edge.
So it's Kingborough by 8 points at quarter time. We're going to take a short break and have the second term for you shortly. This all-important top 4 battle live from KG5. Back soon.
I don't think the buzzing is going to go back. done with yourself?
So back for the second quarter, and we have tracked down those late changes to the Kingborough team in the quarter time break for you. It was Mason Flanagan and Darcy Doreen who came into the team, replacing Ashland and Dygan. So a couple of big late outs to the name 22 for Kingborough there. Doreen and Flanagan, the men replacing them. Despite the late switches there, they've started the game pretty well. They lead this one by 8 points at the first change, 8 scoring shots to 5. Hasn't been a high-scoring one thus far. We'll see if that changes in quarter number 2. Certainly conditions that are conducive to high-scoring football, but a big occasion, that is for sure. Brzezinskak, Gordon trying to win first possession, but McInnes wanted it for the Magpies. Wide ball. Parker. Nice handball, and then a good Shepherd too. Spoiling from behind is Keegan Wiley. He thumps it away from Watt. So toss back in. Brzezinskak towards the line. Roberts couldn't bring it under his spell. Whitford back to Wiley. Wiley looks to sidestep one, and then Whitford is escorted out of play by Watt. No wind to speak of here. Still conditions, so no advantage to either end as Gordon pressured from behind by Thompson. Clifford looks to burst on through, did so, then fumbled the football. Look away handball, not so bad. Again, coat hanging was Gordon, and he takes exception to it. And gives Simpson a bit of a tug of the jumper as he gets up. So Gordon drives the Tigers inside forward 50. It's been Carter or bust for them so far. He's looking to influence this contest too. Tried to get a kick away under pressure from Brewer. Lovell stood up in the tackle, released it to Brewer. His kick didn't get much purchase on it. Made it pretty easy to spoil through for a rush behind. Driving kick out of defence. McInnes best position. Griggs from behind. Whitford couldn't find Roberts. Brzezinskak, he handled it straight to the opposition as well. Blowfield over the top to a running Whitford. Couldn't quite gather. In goes Brereton. Whitford wraps him up and brings him down. Now, the skills have been a little sloppy from both sides, but the tackling intensity has been red hot. McInnes just takes it out of the ruck himself, launches it deep, looking for Smith in a one-on-one. Glenorchy tries to charge away with it. Clever little sidestep initially, and now they work it back to Simpson. Simpson across to Green. Time to steady and straighten up and fire through the big sticks. Mitchell Green with a lovely finish, and the Magpies close back within 3.
Good play by the Magpies there. Looked around, lowered their eyes, handballed out, got the loose man out. Green capitalises.
Yeah, some good composure from Josh Hilder there. Didn't panic, did he? Got the ball, had a look around, knew he had time, and took the right option. Fired the handball to Green, who had room to straighten up. And the Magpies probably been outplayed a bit in general play, but they're hanging in there. Feel like it's going to be that kind of an afternoon. It'll be a tight contest. Brzezinskak takes advantage of McInnes going early, launches it towards Harnwell. Spoiled away from him. Kane locks it in. Carter. Ball ricochets into Brewer. Gordon trying to charge on through. Knighton shares it with Gordon. Gordon lost his footing. And it's cost him holding the footy. Just slipped. The most inopportune of moments there, did Bailey Gordon. Magpies defence holds firm. Gunther the target here. Parker arrives with a fist and thumps it out of play. McInnes reaches over the top. Lovell lost his footing. Just slipping out there. I suppose to be expected. The ground largely recovered from last week, but still a reasonably slippery surface, despite the good conditions. Hope to see what State North Hobart's going to be like in the next month. As this one's worked across to Kieran Lovell at half forward. That is precise from Lovell. He just oozes class, that man. And he picks his target with absolute precision inside the forward 50 here. And an opportunity for Kane to go back and kick a goal. So Henry Kane, kick from 35. Just hangs it out to the right. So let off there for the Magpies. Tigers lead this one by 4 behinds. Long ball searching for McInnes. Too much on it for him. Griggs sliding across to intercept. And he'll pump the Tigers right back inside forward 50. Almost Jet Knighton. Harnwell might have been taken high. Nothing doing. Whitford had a fumble. Then tries to bend a banana around. Somehow stayed in play. If you thought it went out, if you're in the stand just in front of that one, thought it did. From our angle, I thought it did. Umpire did not. As it kicks off. The banana just started curling back, but I reckon it did drift outside the line there initially. McInnes wins it down. Charging off now is Barwick. Cutting through the middle of KG5 with pace. Has 3 bounces. Thought about another. Instead he drives it deep, looking there for his man, Alomes, who gets the better of Glenorchy. Brilliant from Benjamin Barwick. He broke it apart. And Alomes can go back and put the Magpies ahead for the first time today.
He was looking to have a 4th bounce too, and he looked out to his right and he thought, no, I'll kick it long to Alomes. 1 out. Good mark.
Alomes hasn't been involved inside the forward 50 too much today. He's been presenting up the ground, gets his first chance for goal, and he makes no mistake. The Magpies, against the run of play a little, have taken the lead here. 3-4-22. Plays 2-8-10 And Kingborough, after 3 or 4 minutes of just kind of peppering inside 50s with nothing to show for it, concede one back the other way.
Even though there's no breeze, it appears that seems to be the scoring end.
Yeah, that's how it's played out so far. Saw that at Adelaide Oval last night. A scoring end despite no breeze.
That's correct.
McInnes goes early. Brzezinskak stayed down, but he handed it straight to Thompson. Thompson pumps it right back in. Looking for Smith, who's juggled the mark. So Thompson out of the middle. Smith just held on. Thought he lost a hold of it at the last second. Just manages to keep a hold of it. And Baker Smith with 2 in a minute here for the Magpies.
It's very handy when the 6-6-6 can't get enough defenders back in the time. If you can get it out the middle quickly, that's when you can break them.
So Baker Smith will kick from around about 40 out. No angle to speak of. And he eases it right through the middle. The Magpies have turned this game around. They've kicked 3 goals to none in the quarter. They're making the most of their chances. And they lead this one. And Kingborough, having dominated the early part of the term, now finding themselves with a bit of work to do here.
Just starting to win around the middle and, fleet of foot. Starting to get a bit of leg speed on. And it's just hurting Kingborough at the moment.
An 8-point lead. 28 plays 20. The winner will be a game clear in 4th with 3 rounds remaining. A massive prize on offer. High stakes game. McInnes swatted it forward. Right onto it there. But they've turned it over. Here is Lovell. Guides it towards half forward. Gunther got up and blocked it off. This one just eluding Gunther and trying to get free. He's Livingston. But he's stripped of the football. Brzezinskak. Harnwell and Clifford flying the clamps. McInnes getting rid of his opposite ruckman, but he won it straight down to Harnwell. Harnwell searching for Carter. Got a hand up in the way, brought it down. Handball just released in time by Wouters. And the umpire pays a free kick the way of the Magpies. So it'll be Manson. Guides it short to Green. Baker Smith the target here. Flanagan gets a fist in there. And then Brereton. Dump tackle paid by the umpire against Brereton. A free kick to Baker Smith. A slinging action. Costing Brereton there. So Smith launching it towards McInnes, who takes an excellent mark. And he gets up and gets it moving quickly because he spied a Loams. But put it back over his head, made it easy for Godomski. Not the service Bryce Loams was after, who just stolen the yard. So Stevenson plays a 1-2. Then forced to tread water at tad. Livingston spears one up there towards the direction of Doreen. Magpies win it back. High ball towards the Loams. Couldn't quite reel it in. The Loams brings it under his spell eventually and then curls one towards the pocket. Hilda out after it. Can he keep it in play, Josh Hilda? No. The umpire's whistle annoying him. Brzezinskak down to Barwick. Then Clifford. Just driving Evans into the turf. McInnes. Brzezinskak handball towards the ever busy Kieran Lovell. Had it on a string. Mark Spilt though. Favoured Wiley, and the Magpies now can send it forward again, looking for a Loams. Godomski read it superbly the moment it left the boot. He was onto it. And he took the intercept mark. Oh dear, that's going to invite some danger. It was Code spilling one he should have had. Code retreating back. It was Stevenson rather who spilt the mark. There's Watt. Couldn't prevent McInnes releasing that. Smith then just forces it forward. Green applying pressure. It's not coming out of there.
Tell you what, McInnes is playing again.
He's exerting his influence, the Pies ruck. He wins that one down. Towards Clifford. Boundary line wins out. McInnes out of the contest. Arnwell shut that down, but he's immediately claimed there by Barwick. Here's Lovell once more on the sidestep. Just skips away from Blowfield, then laces one into the corridor to Gordon. Sublime from Lovell. That might lead to a chance here for Brereton. He sets sail from 55. Deep towards Carter in the goal square. Was he infringed? He was. And the Tigers will surely get their third and Tyler Carter's third. It's a one-man show inside forward 50. Further up the field, it's a one-man show too. Kieran Lovell, how good was that in the build-up?
Oh, that was beautiful. Beautiful turn. And to centre it into the middle. And Brereton then the long kick in. Defender didn't need to do what he had to do on Carter. There was two of them coming.
So Carter drives it right through the middle. He has all three of his side's goals. He's running red-hot, Tyler Carter. And he gets a badly needed one there for the Tigers to stop a run of 3 unanswered goals from Glenorchy. Cuts the margin back to 2 points. We've travelled 15 and a half minutes in the second term. And the Magpies holding sway by 2 points. It's been a tight battle. Tight on the ladder heading into this one. Expected a close contest. It's exactly what we've got so far. Carter going into the ruck. Who's going to get the clearance here? Lovell fired the handball to Carter. Carter spearing one wide. Wasn't a great kick. Males, though, had an air swing. Arnold tracking the football. Just slid into the tackle there. Umpire kills the stoppage. Baker Smith having a run in the ruck for the Magpies there. Thompson extracts the football. Tried to find Roberts. Clifford, though, wins it back, gives it to Kieran Lovell. Treads water, then launches one, which is picked off by Gunther. Plays on, charging with authority through the pack. Spearing it towards the Loams. Underneath the football. Godomski now leading out the back there. Well set up inside defensive 50 here, and Godomski will swing it across to Parker. Lovely ball use from Godomski. Parker at half back. We'll share it with Flanagan. Eludes one tackler then, had the ball knocked out the second one. And Beams will win the free kick. Just bit off a bit too much there, did Mason Flanagan. Beams with the left foot inside 50. A sprawling Godomski saw it away towards Lovell. And Lovell, with composure, is able to send it wide for Doreen. Has a bounce. Needs to take another one or get rid of it. Eventually does the ladder and launches it towards Carter again. And that'll be 50. Some frustration from Harry Gunther coming out there. Carter has had his number so far. He takes another contested mark and he just sends him to the deck. That'll make a certainty of it. Tyler Carter dominating this match. Big Harry just letting out his frustration on the big power forward. I reckon Tyler Carter will let him know all about it after he kicks this one. No, he just turns around and just says that'll do.
He's probably got to turn around and go back to the ruck.
Yeah, I think that's why. That's probably why. If he was staying at full forward, we might have seen some afters there, I reckon, from big Tyler Carter.
No, he's staying full forward.
No.
So he might just have a quiet word to Gunther.
Well, doesn't need to say anything at the moment. Leggy's football do the talking. They've got no answers to him. There really is a one-man show inside forward 50 at the moment.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Carter and Lovell, you would say Kingborough would be in a bit of trouble, but no. Full credit to him. He's probably just having a nice little chat to him now there, just saying, I've got 4.
4 before red time in quarter number 2. Could be on for a big day here, Tyler Carter. Puts his side back ahead. Back to the middle. The Tigers just get a little bit of momentum back here after the Magpies had stolen a march by kicking 3 in a row. Good response. Brewer immediately locked up by Thompson.
Just a little bit of niggle in the forward line between Carter and Gunther.
Smith slapped it down beautifully. Nicholson, clean clearance here, and he'll send it towards the forward 50. Almost brought in by Loams. Spilt the way of Blowfield, who's just offline. Wasn't far away there. A fine goal. And let off there. So the Tigers try and build out of defensive 50 here. Searching ball was a good one for Brower. He launches it in the Lovell direction. Too much on it for him, though. Stabbed over the top. They'll drive it inside. Forward 50 once more. Smith! Baker Smith. Just timing his marking attempts a little better than the opening 10 minutes is Baker Smith, and starting to get his hands on the football as a result.
Bit of loose checking there too. He got out, was free. Good lower in the eyes again with Glenorchy.
So Smith looking to restore the Magpies lead here. Looking for his second of the quarter, Baker Smith.
Yeah, great.
Looks pretty good. Does it have the journey? It does. Baker Smith puts the Magpies back ahead. Just had the carry. Baker Smith up and about. He's been outstanding this quarter. And a seesawing contest here at KG5. The Magpies back in front by 3.
And all the big names are starting to come to the fore. You've got Alomes kicking a couple of a goal. You've got Baker Smith getting goals. You've got Carter getting goals. So that was what happened in the last game. So again, too close to call at this stage. Great game.
Just 3 goals in the opening term. 6 so far in this term. 4 to the Magpies, 2 to the Tigers. But the game just opening up a tad after a cagey opening quarter of action. Goal starting to flow a little more readily here. Carter back into the middle. Thompson trying to wriggle free, but Clifford strips him of the football. Advantage paid, and Gordon will send the Tigers forward once again. Too much on it, though, for Harnwell. Spills out the back. And just happy to walk across the line is Bales. Disguised his intent well enough, though it was fairly clear. Back into play. Gunther diving on it. Carter picks it up. He's immediately jumped on. The umpire says, I'll have it once more. As Manson brought down Tyler Carter. He's the one they've got to stop here. He's up against McInnes, who won that one down handsomely. Lovell looking to swoop onto the football, though. He does so and bends the left foot around the corner. Knighton couldn't quite reel it in. Releases the handball in time. Brewer back to Harnwell. Harnwell can't shrug free. Brewer again. Sends it round the corner to Carter. Gets his kick away. It won't have the journey on it. Gunther, they able to see it away. Smith. Big contest here. Tigers had the numbers at the full. High ball inside from Stevenson. That's a nice... No, must have been a hand on it. The mark not paid.
Must have been touched off the boot.
Thought he'd done well there, Manson, but yeah, touch ball. So a stoppage, and the Tigers can continue to press the attack. Brewer couldn't reel it in. Barwick handed it off to Gordon. Gordon, nice, gets decapitated there by Barwick. The umpire says you ducked into it, and I'll toss it in. Carter plucks it out of the ruck, releases it to Harnwell, trying to bust through. Got rid of one. Handed it back there to Brzezinskak. The Magpies' defence is solid. They win the free kick at half back here. Some nice work from Hills. Eden Hills wide for Thompson. Had plenty of time to get it across to Whitford. Drives it. Searching for a Loams. Presenting up with the football. Quick hands to Wiley. Wiley tries to bust through a few. Just kept the ball in motion. Body on the line. Stuff there from Flanagan. Cleared away by Watt. Found its way to Kane. Kane hits it over the top. Just had weight there, did Gordon. Thought his way through it pretty well. Kicks to a contested half forward. Jet Knighton with speed and then paddles it. Is that going to be insufficient intent? The umpire says no. He was trying to keep it inside and run towards goals. Just came off the side of the boot. We'll toss it in. I think it's the right decision, but I see a lot of umpires very happy the moment anyone goes off the deck. They pay that.
You never know when they're going to call those.
But his intent was very much to keep it in play, so nicely umpired. So here's Harnwell, starting to come into the game at in quarter number 2. Harnwell was quite early, bit of a chaos ball there. Gunther looks to gather it and charge off half-back, has a bounce, lost a hold of it. Now he's got to win the ball back at ground level. He ran into trouble, gets the handball away in time. Whitford seizes upon the football, driving it wide, searching there. He's got Hilda and Roberts. First to it, though, is Brewer. Brewer did really nicely. Worked it back, used Jaunty Code. Tumbles it down the line, high up and under kick towards the middle of the ground, through the hands of Barwick. McInnes paddled it straight to Clifford. Clifford's kick, smothered. Magpies trying to get free here, Whitford, but Clifford makes up for his kick with a strong tackle. Tight game of football at KG5 here. Thralling stuff with big stakes. Simpson was busy early, bustling through Gordon. He's starting to get involved too. Another starting to lift for the Tigers after a quiet opening. Too much on that one though. And Manson takes the relieving mark ahead of Harnwell. Lovely kick wide to Hilda. Just speared that one to him on the wing. Great vision from Manson. Chipped over the top to Green. Doing well just to find some targets. An opportunity now for Nicholson. Nicholson launching it long. Not quite. It might be a hold here paid. Touched and through for a behind. And the free kick was paid first. Going the way of Brereton. So Brereton stabs it short. Griggs down the ever prominent Kieran Lovell. So they're just working their way with short kicks at the moment, showing some patience, the Tigers. keen to avoid kicking to a contest. They are a little undersized today. Lovell takes his time, then tried to finesse one. It works out okay. Now they'll kick it up the wing to a one-on-one. Just caught behind there was Doreen and ended up infringing, giving away the free kick. So the Magpies now. Whitford. Crowded forward 50 ahead of him. He's just going to launch it in there and see if Alomes or Smith can make something work. Slap down, back into traffic. Cleared away wide. Parker set a task. Oh, he took 90% of it, then lost it. Gunther swings the handball over the top to Nicholson. Nicholson drives it inside. Smith thought he got one high, nothing doing. Slapped towards the coal face. Manufacturing a kick was Hilda, had nothing on it though. And it just trickles through for a minor score. Magpies having a good 5 or so minutes here at the moment. Neither side's held the ascendancy for too long in this game. Very much a seesawing game. Meredith should be able to intercept this one, and he does. Arnold finds Evans. Now Wiley faked the handball, ran into Clifford, just got rid of it in time. Crowd disagreed. Launched inside forward 50. Flanagan stands tall and takes a strong relieving mark. He ticked towards half time here. There's 4 points in it. Not a great kick. Showed a lot of it to McInnes. Fell the way of Wiley. Wiley, geez, he had some options inside forward 50 and then just pulled the kick and allowed it to Clifford. He had a couple of free men there. Not a good ball from Keegan Wiley. Usually an excellent user of the football. Lovell just keeps peeling off into space. Anyone going to go stand near him? He's running right, Kieran Lovell. Well, I suppose Glenorchy may argue he's not as damaging getting the ball at half back, but geez, he must have had 20 plus touches in that first half. He's been everywhere. But it's the Magpies who hold the lead here by 4 points at the main change. Tyler Carter with all 4 of the Kingborough Tigers goals. They're 4-8-32. But it is the Magpies, Lee Griffith, who lead this one 5-6-36.
Well, it's the game that we expected. Tight, close, and the ascendancies comes and goes. Look, Glenorchy had the ascendancy halfway through that quarter, and then Kingborough's come back. Tell you what, though, if it wasn't for Carter, there'd be a big difference. But yeah, no, game's on a knife edge, and that's what you expect for an 8-point game. Yeah,
certainly. Ramifications on this one huge, and maybe that's led to a bit of nerviness and some turnovers at times. Who did you think were the better players for both sides in that first half before we take a break?
Oh, for the Magpies, definitely McKinn's in the ruck. He's been around. He's winning the ball around the ground too, so he's been playing really well. Wiley was coming into the game. Alones is trying. He's been well held by. I was trying to think who it was. Godonsky. Definitely Kieran Lovell best on ground at the moment for Kingborough. Gordon's come into the game, and Will Clifford as well. So yeah, but all in all, very even contest.
It is all to play for in the second half. This one looking like it might go right down to the wire. We're back with the second half shortly from KG5. Half time, it's Glenorchy 5-6, leading the Tigers 4-8.
Wherever cancer is, we are. We are the supporters, preventers, researchers and advocates, leading Australia to a future without cancer. Every day, we're finding new and better ways to offer services, share knowledge, and bring hope to Australians everywhere, because cancer affects us all. We're here to listen and care for people, however they need us, whenever they need us, through any type of cancer at any stage of the journey. Every day, we are supporting world-class researchers, empowering them to dream big and make the impossible possible. Together, we're pushing boundaries, unlocking the answers to understand, prevent and treat cancer. We're improving the lives of those living with it and even getting close to eliminating some cancers altogether. You may not see us, but we're here, in schools and people's homes, on the beach, at work and on the streets, helping millions of Australians cut their risk and detect cancer sooner. We know that 1 in 3 cancers can be avoided, so we're out there preventing as many as we can. You may not hear us, but our voice is loud. Every day, we're using it to advocate, change laws and drive policies, to reduce cancer risks and improve cancer care, to break ground and speak for the community in places where they're not always heard. Every day, we're closer to a future without cancer. And as a charity, we rely on Australia's biggest hearts to help us get there faster.
Blunston's been building hard-working boots for over 150 years. The tougher you need them, the tougher we build them, giving you advanced protection and all-day comfort. After all, you never stand still, so neither do we. Blunston, building the future.
Oh, you mean the jam and cream? Good stuff.
Go!
And one for you as well. Got it.
Original glazed. Classic.
At Banjo's, we speak donut. Introducing our new range of flavours. Now there's one for everyone. Banjo's, making donuts better.
And now they work it back to Simpson. Simpson across to Green. Time to steady and straighten up and fire through the big sticks. Roy Gordon trying to charge on through. Knighton shares it with Gordon. Gordon lost his footing. And it's cost him. Holding the footy now is Barwick. Cutting through the middle of KG5 with pace. Has 3 bounces. Thought about another. Instead he drives it deep, looking there for his man. Too much today. He's been presenting up the ground, gets his first chance for goal, and he makes no mistake. The Magpies against the run of straight to Thompson. Thompson pumps it right back in, looking for Smith, who's juggled the mark. So Thompson out of the middle, out. No angle to speak of. And he eases it right through the middle. The Magpies have turned set sail from 55. Deep towards Carter in the goal square. Was he infringed? He was. And the Tigers.
Defender didn't need to do what he had to do on Carter. There was 2 of them coming.
So Carter drives it right through the middle. He has all 3 of his as a bounce. Needs to take another one or get rid of it. Eventually does the ladder and launches it towards Carter again. And that'll be 50. Some frustration from Harry Gunther coming out there. I reckon Tyler Carter will let him know all about it after he kicks this one. No, just turns around and just says that'll do. Drive it inside, forward 50 once more. Smith! Baker Smith. Just timing his marking attempts a little better than.
Yeah, great.
Looks pretty good. Does it have the journey? It does! Baker Smith puts the Magpie.
stop running back to the next wicket.
He's an intimidating guy, like, especially when I was down the boundary last year. I'm like, I knew I had to talk to him, like, near to him, but I'm like, I don't really want to. I sort of went up to him, like, do you mind? I was a little bit timid, like, do you mind?
He won the game, so.
Don't worry, we'll be very quick.
He won, so it makes it easy. Yeah, or lost, we won.
I would not have even. I think the worst as well. I remember doing
bang, bang, yeah, boom, bang, bang, get the ill style in this shit.
When I look at the sun going down to the sky, all I want is to be there. Like a new state of mind, a place I never heard of. I will walk like a
well. Going downstairs.
So back here ahead of the second half at KG5 in this crunch round 14 SFL Premier League clash between the Kingborough Tigers and Glenorchy Magpies. Fourth spot on the line here today. And the inside track for that final spot. It's been an intriguing battle thus far. Glenorchy lead by 4 points. Lee Griffith, what do you think the coaches would have been saying at half-time there?
Well, very close game. They would probably not be changing too much at this point. Obviously, probably the Glenorchy coach will be looking at trying to stop Kieran Lovell getting as much of the ball as you can. But if you push him wide, or just work a hard tag on him. But, just look for hard at the ball early in the third quarter. Keep it going. And hopefully the team that gets the advantage could run away with it. But I can't see it going more than 2 goals this game.
Yeah, it's been a tight battle thus far. We'll see if that continues. Both sides have kind of had 5-minute periods, 5-10-minute periods where they've controlled things, look to be getting on top, and the answer is generally found by the opposition. They get on a run back the other way. But a game that has ebbed and flowed. A massive 4 points on the line. 4 points is what separates them on the scoreboard. We'll be ready to get underway into the second half here. There's Carter, who kicked all 4 of his side's goals in the first half. We'll battle with McInnes in the ruck. Didn't bother contesting that one. Parker floats one forward towards Knighton. Scrapping away at ground level is Knighton. Hardwell applying some pressure. Kane gets his kick away. Tracking this one, Nicholson. Just got the boot to ball in time. Meredith got some trouble there, but again, they're able to work their way out of it, and eventually they'll blast it clear up the wing. Malome's working hard, brought the ball to ground, towed along the deck in the direction of McInnes. In there ahead of him was Clifford. McInnes swats it out the back. Griggs was there, worked it across to Parker. Parker tried to find Harnwell through his hands. Harnwell goes back in at ground level. Handball over the top to Brower. Brower now can set the ball up inside forward 50. Where's Tyler Carter? He had to come from too deep. He works his way to the football now. Gunther on top of it. Harnwell wins the ball. Works it wide. Kieran Lovell working inside areas. Entering ball is marked by Watt. Johnny on the spot is Archie Watt, and he'll go back and kick from the top of the square. Timed his run into the goal square very nicely. He can go back for the opening goal of the quarter. So Archie Watt makes no mistake from close range, blasts it through the middle. It's just the start the Tigers were after. They reclaim the lead by 2 points.
And I have just seen a matchup. Kieran Lovell has started the second half in either full forward or forward pocket. Just saying, yeah, he's definitely full forward. So that's the move that at least that the Kingborough coach has put on there.
We've seen that a few times. He started the first quarter out of the goal square. It's a move Brumler likes to play and then kind of push him up This play opens up around the ball, but he's so fast and elusive, you wouldn't want to be a defender having to stand him. But, again, starting a quarter in the goal square. It's fascinating the way Kieran Lovell is utilised by the Tigers. They get an early goal here. Retake the lead. Carter wins it down. Gordon bustling through. Arnold wraps him up. Ball spills out. Player's influence grew in quarter number 2. Bailey Gordon. Carter won it down. Harnwell. Carter flicked it over the top to Clifford, had the presence of mind just to tap it to Harnwell rather than take possession, and Harnwell goes looking for Lovell, but that's some really nice defensive work. He was just outpointed down there. The kick, not a great one, but they'll work it out of defence in the end, and a strong mark taken by McInnes. So nice work there from Cooper Meredith. A big win on Kieran Lovell out of the square. That one just marked inside by Hilda. So Hilda goes down the line and through the hands of Whitford. Now to play. McInnes palmed it down to Nicholson, couldn't take it cleanly, so Brewer instead emerges with the football, just blasts it long in the Lovell direction, has 2 to beat. It hits the deck, that'll favour him. Gunther got the ball though, worked it to Meredith, ducked under one tackle. Well done Meredith, 2 big wins to start the quarter there for Cooper Meredith. Now Whitford looking to get something going back the other way, just finesses a kick, they're lining up for an attacking side of the wing. Shared there with Barwick, Barwick drives it deep. Inside 50, looking for a Loams. Couldn't quite reel that one in. And a stoppage is forced. Baker Smith takes it out of the ruck. Handball to Hilda. Hilda can't quite bend that one back enough, and it floats through from behind. So Will Clifford guides that one short to Griggs. Griggs heads wide, reeling in the mark nicely there. Here's Parker, who bursts clear and sends it up towards the half-forward line. Meredith again. He's snabbling everything to start this quarter, Cooper Meredith. McInnes works it down the line. That kick, not a good one. Always to the favour of the opposition. Griggs able to intercept. So Griggs kicks to a contest and kicks it right back to McInnes. Well, the skills have been a little scrappy from both sides today, it's fair to say. I mean, a tight and compelling game of football, but perhaps not the prettiest or most skillful one at times. The Magpies now looking to get something going on the wing via Gunther. They've spread nicely here, but spilling the mark was Hilda. He's brought to ground in a fine tackle there. 2 of them jump on him in the end. It was brilliantly done initially by Code, and he's rewarded with the free kick. So Jonty Code with a big win at half-back for the Tigers. Wiley seemed best positioned, just under it in the end. Arnold with the handball to Wiley. He releases it over the top. Slick handball from Barwick. Couldn't quite find the running Roberts. McInnes palmed it straight down to Brower. He worked it to Clifford. Clifford through the hands of Manson. Carter and Gunther battling away again. Kane gets hands to the football. Now in there is Arnold. McInnes down towards Manson to slide under a tackle. Meredith, Nicholson. He's brought down. Another stoppage. Brower laying the tackle there. The Joey variety. Rucks clatter into each other and Gordon comes through with the football. Dished it off to Clifford. High ball towards Tyler Carter. Support came in the form of Arnold. The Magpies, well, they're able to butcher that. Straight to Kieran Lovell. Not a good man to give it to. He's always a threat. He darts past one. Gets to the paint of 50. Centering ball. He's uncharacteristically poor. And intercepted back there by Green. And he's going to get 50 metres.
For one of the rare times that Lovell tried to do a little bit too much. He had 3 Glenorchy players coming towards him. Probably should just lower the eyes a little bit. Carter could have been the place to go.
So Parker moved a little early on the marks, which will march Green to the middle of the ground. He drives it to Smith, who read it superbly. He'll go back directly in front, 30 out to restore the Magpies' lead.
And when you kick it in quick, the best chances there, the defence can't sort of set up and clutter. Beautiful lead.
So Baker Smith, 2 goals in quarter number 2. His 3rd of the contest. Smith, he's nailed another one. His goal kicking has been sharp thus far. And the Magpies return fire and reclaim the lead by 5 points.
Yeah, Smith's 3rd goal. He's coming of age a little bit there with Alone's obviously not playing his usual game. So, yeah, Smith's doing well, apart from those that first quarter when he tried to do all the hangers. But, good play. Kick it in quickly, breaks up the defence. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, a couple of early infringements against him in the opening 10 minutes where he flew for Mark of the Year and didn't get anywhere near them. But since then, he's been absolutely outstanding, Baker Smith. He's kicked 3 goals and has his side back in front in this crunch round 14 contest. McInnes slaps it down. Running onto it is Roberts. He's not going to be able to escape with the ball, however. Carter out of the ruck. Spinning into Nicholson. Somehow got a kick away. And cleared away by Code. Ball was touched. Route to Green. Roberts just cleverly off the ground worked it to Nicholson's advantage. He sends it inside, but Brereton just out pointing beams takes a nice mark. A slip there from Lovell, but he's slick enough to recover. Get the football back to Brereton. Spoiled by Evans. Just losing a hold of that one there was Stevenson. They force a stoppage at half forward to the Magpies. Rosinskiak won it down to Clifford. Pressure being applied by Blowfield. Dives on top of it and rolls out of play. Jack won it down. Clifford besieged by a pair of Magpies, and holding the ball is the call. So Thompson, quick release to Males. Males drives it in quick again. Fly from behind by Barwick. Couldn't quite take the hanger. Spills out to Lovell. Lovell. A spear kick is precise, and it found Clifford at centre half back. So Lockie Clifford Usually good by a foot, that no exception, but Kane just spilling it. Hardwell. Lovely ball to Knighton. Slowly back to his feet here, Knighton, and he uses Clifford to drive this one towards the half-forward line. Wiley working back in defence. He's wrapped up.
Yeah, it looks like Knighton just might have copped a little knock there. He might be able to run it out.
Carter battling there with Hills. Through the hands of Carter. Harnwell trying to crash through. Thompson wraps him up. Carter, Clifford does well to shake free and skies a high ball. Parker has time to steady and guides it up towards the hot spot, spoiled away. Thompson hands the football, use Gunther. And they'll charge out of defence here now, the Magpies, up towards a contest on the wing. Smith or Alomes and Godomski spilled out the back of them. Brzezinskak trying to bring it under his spell. Does so. And just tumbles one in the Lovell direction. Lovell keeps the ball ahead of him. In the end, Magpies force a stoppage. It was a 3-on-1, not a bad result there from Blowfield. McInnes, one it down. Thompson, not much purchase on that kick. And drifts straight into the waiting hands of Valters, who stabs a short one to Lovell. All just trapped on the outer wing here at the moment. It's Lovell. Works it short. And receive again, Kieran Lovell. Everything running through him at the moment. Picked a nice ball there to Jonty Code. Gave it back to Lovell. Continued his run and he fires a beautiful ball inside the forward 50 and found the marking target in Brower.
Three possessions in that chain for Lovell. He's come back onto the ball and yeah, he's hard to catch.
They just keep using him, and why not when he can give you that kind of service. Lace out to Mitch Brower, who'll kick from the paint of 50. Sends it on its way. Just hangs it out to the right. So a minor score there. The margin cut to 4 points. Magpies had played on a little too quickly there, and they're going to have to go back. So now, I'm not sure what the hold-up is this time. A little bit of confusion here as to what's going on, but I think eventually Wiley's going to be able to take his kick. Tigers now pretty well set up. So he has a gallop into the pocket and drives it out wide. Smith presenting up beautifully. Really worked hard to get there ahead of Flanagan. Took a good mark. His kick is just as good. Got a target over the top on the wing in the form of Hilda. Shares it with Smith. Smith loops the handball over the top to Evans. Evans looking for Alomes. Alomes plucks it. Roberts offering short in the pocket. Wonder if he might fancy the shot here, Bryce Alomes, or is it just beyond him? Suggests he'll go the setup. That's just what he does. Oh, big fly, but not quite the mark.
That wasn't Smith again, was it?
It was teammates spoiling each other. It was Smith and Barwick. In the end, it ends up with Roberts at half forward, who shares it with Wiley. Wiley from the paint of 50 on the angle. It's working back. It's working back majestically. Keegan Wiley with a team lifter, and they all get to him after that, and why not?
Goal of the day.
Something special there. That's why you share it with Keegan Wiley. And he extends the Magpies' lead with a wonderful major.
Well, if that doesn't spur your team on, that was great play. Came around the back. Obviously, he knew his distance. He obviously does that at training. He's obviously kicked that from those boundaries all the time. Great goal. Definitely goal of the day.
And extends the lead to 10 points. A classic booming boot halfback who loves to maraud forward and be that option. And he was used beautifully. He just bent it back majestically there. And the Magpies are up and about here. They lead by 10. Tigers beat them the first 2 times they've played this year, but the Magpies in the ascendancy here in this one. Massive 4 points on offer. To be a game clear in the 4th finals spot with 3 weeks to go. I wouldn't book a final spot, but it'd be a handy down payment as Smith comes over the top of Carter. That'll be a free kick. Nicely done there by Donaghy. Magpies starting to lift here in quarter number 3. Wiley again looking to get round the back. Not needed. It was a nice ball from Donaghy, who found Jake Beams. Does he have the journey from 50 in him? Plenty of scraps off the ball here at the moment. So
When you light up a room, light up a room. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. And I just stare in your eyes. Stare in your eyes. And I just stare in your eyes. Stare in your eyes. Can you take me higher? Higher, higher. 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 And you're all over my mind, all in my mind. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. And I just stare in your eyes. Stare in your eyes. And I just stare in your eyes. Stare in your eyes. Can you take me higher? Higher, higher. Can you take me higher? Higher, higher. Can you take me higher?
10 seconds after that, I think. Welcome back to KG5. I think I'm informed the technical issues have been solved there. Apologies for that. Crashing out maybe the excitement of that Keegan Wiley goal just sparked some power issues for the live stream here. So I believe the last kind of 8 or 10 minutes of that quarter might have been lost to those tuning in. We are back. The Tigers pulled one goal back in that time. It was a wonderful little snap over the shoulder from Clifford. It was a classy goal. Brewer dropped a mark right on the siren, which would have led to a scoring opportunity, but not to be. So it's a 10-point lead for the Magpies. Probably, you say, the last 5 minutes, the Tigers started to hit back a little bit. They just started to lift again after Glenorchy had taken control of the game, got out to a 16-point lead. The Tigers pulled it back a tad. Still some work to do. The Magpies with 10 to play as we turn for the final break.
Still anyone's game. Kingborough were starting to come good in that last couple of minutes of the quarter. Lovell again. Gordon was getting loose. And one of the names, Harmel, he was starting to get a bit of the ball too. So they might be starting to work into the game. Look, it's still anybody's game. Too close to call.
Yeah, Kieran Lovell continued to run red hot, and he was massive in those final few minutes. Was involved in the build-up to the goal. It was a moment of magic, really, from Lockie Clifford deep in the forward line. I'm sure the camera footage will come out of that one later in the week. It was a fine goal, not quite the goal of the day that we saw from Wiley, but an important one for Kingborough as they stopped a run of 3 from the Magpies, who lead this one by 10 points, but hopefully the technical difficulties are now through and we'll have pictures for the rest of this one because it's going to be a massive final quarter. The stakes enormous here. 4th spot on the line. Chance to control your side's destiny heading into September. A win and you're 4 points clear with 3 to play. It doesn't come much bigger than this final quarter at KG5.
And that little bit of percentage too. I mean, they start with a 3%. On Kingborough to start with, so the 4 points is a bonus, plus if there's any percentage as well. They do have some tough games coming home, but I believe they both play Brighton.
Both Brighton, both Lauderdale.
Both Lauderdale.
Perhaps the more difficult assignment for the Magpies taking on Clarence, whereas Kingborough had North Hobart. Although both are ahead of them on the ladder, it has to be said, but you'd say North Hobart the more likely winnable fixture, but certainly this is the 4 points that looms as enormous, and they're going to be in the box seat, whoever wins this afternoon. It's Magpies leading by 10 as we prepare to get underway in the final quarter at KG5. It's been a gripping encounter thus far. How will it finish? McInnes wins it down as the Magpies look to get first use, but it'll be Clifford who gets the first possession out of the middle. Launches it high towards half forward. Males takes the mark, moving on quickly to Nicholson. Shared it with Simpson in the middle of the ground. Simpson drives it up towards Barwick, floats over his head. Flanagan parked behind the football, and then he just got boots the ball in time. Spilt the way of Nicholson, swooping on the football. First, though, it was a teammate who sends it in the Alome's direction, spiked away from him. Fell the way of Beams, who didn't get his handball away in time, and is pinged holding the ball. Clifford takes the mark at half back. Doesn't have anything immediately to his liking, so just fires off a short handball to Brower, who then handed it right back to him with no room to manoeuvre. Clifford just slaps it over the line. Well set up behind the football, the Magpies, and they didn't want to kick to a contest. In the end, rather made a bit of a hash of it. McInnes with the clearing kick. Launching it to a Loams. Juggles the mark. And he was steady himself and go back and try and extend his side's lead to 16 points.
They don't get any smaller in the games, do they? Big men.
And he's grown into this one nicely alone. It's quite early on, but it's been more of a threat as the afternoon has progressed inside the forward 50 arc. A huge kick here for the Magpie spearhead. And he has nailed it. The Magpies lead by 16 points. Bryce Holmes with the opening goal of quarter number 3.
First goal, very crucial of the final quarter, and Alomes now got 2 for the day. Just keep an eye on the number 25 for Kingborough, Code. He had got a little bit of a niggle injury. I don't know if it's cramp or he got stood on. Just hobbling a little.
So Kingborough with plenty of work to do now. They won their first 2 clashes with Glenorchy this season, both at home. Here at KG5, it's the Magpies looking well on the way here. Tigers with it all to do. Clifford shares it with Lovell. If they are to get back, you fancy he will be a key part of why. Watt worked off the football by Wiley. Releases the handball. Now scrap for it at ground level. Brower trying to extract it, but he's held up by Meredith. Carter. Meredith goes in, wins the football, and a really short kick, but worked its way to Nicholson, who handed it to Lovell. Lovell then coughed it up to McInnes. Didn't see him. Arrived like a thief in the night, stole it away. Here's Clifford now at half forward. He's besieged there by Evans, or Beams rather. Locks him up. No price, that'll be tossed up. Guinness has been influential, rucking against Brewer on this occasion.
Lovell's looking a little sore as well.
Thompson comes through the contest, lofts it in the Smith direction, gets a hand up to it. Now has to fight for it at ground level. Turning and snapping his Barwick, but it's always offline. It just sneaks in for a minor score. Bit of a wayward kick, almost intercepted by Beams. Found its way through to Flanagan. Now over the top to Wiley. Wiley pressured by Gordon. Handball over the top from Simpson. Found its way to Green. Pumps them deep inside. Juggling it was Smith. And 90% of it, but not the mark. Smith to ruck against Brzezinskiak, who takes it out and hands it to an under pressure Harnwell. Or Griggs, my apologies. He's immediately tackled there. Smith out of the ruck, turns away. Clifford drives him down. And his brother clears it, but clears it only so far as Meredith's more great intercepting work from him. Shared it with Manson. Manson drives it in deep. Alomes the flyer. Couldn't reel it in. Wide ball for Watt. Watt will work it back. Gordon. Well, Lovell was clean below his knees. He had to be. The pressure was on. And he was composed. Now looking to burst away with it was Gordon. Did well to guide a kick to Lovell, who just crafts one over the top for an on-rushing Brower. Bearing down on him is Manson. Low kick in the Carter direction. Carter shares it with Brower. Brower snaps on goal and he's offline. There's a good chance, but he couldn't work it back. Margin back to 16 points. Been a handy goal against the runner play there for the Tigers. They'll need to find some avenues to goal. Tyler Carter kicked their first 4 of There's 6 in this game. Beyond him, haven't had a lot of threats inside forward 50. Barwick dancing inside. Shares it with Hilda. Hilda firing a dart of a kick to Alomes. So Alomes through the hands of Whitford. Spins back onto it, opposed to Brereton, and then lost a hold of it again. Nicholson couldn't win the hard ball. Brereton didn't get much on that kick. Parker happy to see Alomes across the line.
Still plenty of time left in this game, but Kingborough would have to definitely get the next goal.
A wayward throw there. And yeah, it's going to have to be retaken.
There's no wind out there.
It didn't go straight back, that one. It was launched on the angle. McGuinness nearly took off with it back the other way. That's a better one. He's both rucks a play on it, and Brzezinskiak won it down. He won it down beautifully to Gordon. Gordon now works it across to Parker. Parker sends it towards the half-forward line, but it's intercepted back there. Now Wiley can execute the switch to Manson. Has Hilda. A bursting lead for him. Just delayed too long to take that option, so in the end just kicks it up towards the wing. Trickle out of play.
Probably have fallen down a little bit in the forward line today, Kingborough. It's the one option of Carter, and when they do kick shallow, the Glenorchy defence has been picking them off.
Brought down was Brewer. Thompson. Handball towards Roberts. Turns the back, but just ran out of real estate. Brewer. Oh, they've coughed it up there. Seemingly had numbers around the ball, the Tigers, but handed it straight to the opposition. The former Blowfield. Zinskiak works his way onto the football nicely. Shares it with Lovell. Lovell and Harnwell. Harnwell skips past Blowfield and then heads wide to Valters. Guides the kick up the line to Stevenson. Risky kick into the corridor, and it was intercepted by Thompson. He shares it with Barwick. Barwick has a bounce. Just delays and waits for Hilda to peel out into some space so he can use him. Hilda now pulls the trigger, drives it deep. Alomes was lurking. Lovell had worked back for Kingborough. And they'll clear the area once again. But it's going to come right back at them via Simpson. Simpson blazes away. Will he get the accommodating bounce? Flanagan tracking it. But he's happy to see it across for a minor score. 10 minutes gone. Glenorchy have done the bulk of the attacking here in the final term. The Tigers on the ropes at the moment. Spoiled away. Clifford just got boot to ball. Manufactured one to Kane. Harnwell in tight spaces. Stevenson worked it to Clifford. Clifford into the middle. Oh, it opens up nicely here. An opportunity for Doreen. He sends it deep towards Carter in a one-on-one. And Tyler Carter stands up tall again and finishes his work with goal number 5. Just as the game was slipping away, they manufacture something back the other way, and once again it's Tyler Carter doing the business.
Well, when you get it in quick, one-on-one, he's a damn good player, Carter. But you've got to get there in there quick. Still in the game. Needed that goal.
So they close back within 10 points. Nice work from Doreen at half forward to get that mark and quickly play on, drive it in deep. 11-point ball game, spike forward. Magpies looking for the immediate response. This one might sit for Blowfield. Gathers it, scoop the handball up. Pressure on here, Flanagan brought down. Spilt the way of Beams, ducked under a tackle, worked it back to Thompson. Thompson snapping across the face. The fly from Barwick. But it's through for a minor score. And an even 2-goal lead as Clifford receives it half back. Lofts it out towards Parker. That's a beautiful kick. Parker heads into the corridor. It was a risky option, but it came off nicely. Lovell lost his footing, lost the football, knocked out the tackle, says the umpire. Play on. Arnold pumps it forward. Bit of an indiscriminate kick, really fell the way of Clifford. His handball did Parker no favours. Clifford, oh, brilliant work just to paddle that on. Knew he couldn't take possession. Flanagan sells some candy, then shells it with Kane. Kane in towards Carter. Spiked away from him. Gunther tracking the football. He's brought down by Brewer. A crunching tackle to force a stoppage.
Intensity's just lifted a notch.
It has. It certainly has. Big, big stakes here at KG5. The final spot potentially on the line. Umpire says holding the footy. A free kick will go the way of Clifford, who gets to his feet. He'll have to go behind his mark. He tried to sneak off. The umpire was having none of it. So Lockie Clifford kicked a clutch goal for his side when they needed it the previous quarter. How on earth is Kieran Lovell that wide open? And Clifford picks him out, but that is a cardinal sin from the defence there. You cannot give Kieran Lovell that much time and space.
That is very loose checking. Very loose checking.
So Lovell to cut the margin back to an even goal at the 14-minute mark of the final term. The Tigers star, their talisman, makes no mistake. And the Tigers come roaring back. They've kicked the last two. And it's a 6-point ball game at the halfway point of the final quarter.
Well, that's the only thing Kieran Lovell hasn't done all day today, is kick a goal. So he's now on the scorecard. Go the early crow. What do you reckon about a draw?
Oh, just keep things even tighter heading into the final 3 weeks. Look, all 3 results are in play, that is for sure. It's 59 plays 65 here. Huge final quarter of an hour coming up at KG5. Rosińczak shares it with Gordon. Gordon to Harnwell. Harnwell loops it over the top. Will it sit for Knighton? It does. Knighton shares it, skipping free and shooting it towards the line. Wiley gets back. It was Doreen who just got no purchase on his kick. And a 50-metre penalty. He's going to release that pressure valve for the Magpies.
Wasn't standing on the mark. Costly. Brower.
So Wiley, defensive side of the square. Works it short. Wide ball. Evans was there. So too was Blowfield. Clifford happy to see it out of play. Nicholson lets fly from 45. It just drifts across the face. Through for a behind. Spoiled away. Ball to be won. Valters quite happy to seek the safety of the line. our stream scoreboard has given each team one extra goal. But it is the same margin it's showing. It is 7 points, but 66-59. In case our producer is listening in, as this one's high in the air. The Magpies will look to work it back via the boot of Nicholson, who sends a probing ball deep. Baker Smith! Big mark from Baker Smith. He has stood up this afternoon for his side. And he can go back and try and kick a steadying goal to extend the lead to 13.
Great kick by Nicholson. He kicked out to a leading Smith, put it out in front of him, made it harder for the defenders to get to the ball.
So Smith, should be no problem for him the way he's been kicking today, and it's not. The Magpies respond, and they lead by 13 points. That's his fourth.
Not quite a match-winning lead as yet, but that's a very handy goal. Once again, Nicholson, great play, kicking it out in front of Smith. And Smith, 4 goals today. Done very well.
So 13 points the lead. A response from the Magpies. Just as the Tigers had closed back. The Magpies with the answer. McInnes wins it down to Thompson. Thompson, clean ball, he'll send it forward. Almost Smith again through his hands. Barwick couldn't take it cleanly. Umpire with a quick whistle and says, toss it up.
Went underneath it, Smith.
He's going to snavel another one there, Baker. He'll do the ruck work here and he wins it down. Cleared away by Clifford. Tracking it. Yeah, unable to complete the mark was McInnes. Ball tumbling towards Thompson, who sends it deep. Blowfield's there, so too Alomes. That's a great tackle. Really nicely done there by Code. Brzezinskiak won it down. Lovell to Clifford. Clifford releases a looping handball. Brereton might be holding on a little too long there, and Meredith will get the free kick. And Cooper Meredith, a 19-point lead as we tick towards red time, could well be telling. Could well be enough. Huge kick this one. He'll take his best. He doesn't look confident. Wiley this time was shut down as he tried to glide on past. They're awake to the trick this time. Cooper Meredith plays on. He kicks from 50. It won't have the journey. Smith couldn't quite. Lovell. So charge away with the football once more. It's a beautiful kick to Harnwell. Where to now? Had Watt on short. Instead he goes even shorter to Clifford. Barely the 15. Shares it back with Harnwell. Harnwell goes through the corridor. Quick handball to Gordon. Had to give it quickly back and did so. Got it to Clifford. Clifford finds Doreen. Great ball movement there from the Tigers. Clean from defence to attack in the blink of an eye.
That's what they had to do. They had to get it through very quickly, catch the Glenorchy defence out, and Doreen lining for goal.
So young Darcy Doreen with an enormous kick here. His side need this one. He sets sail from 40 outs. And he has nailed it. What a kick from young Doreen. And the Tigers back within 7. The twists and turns continue in this one. It's been close all day. And it's a 7-point ball game. The Tigers are hanging in there.
Just keeping in the game, and I tell you what, there's probably about 7 minutes to go, and it's still in there with that chance.
A massive kick from the youngster there. And the Tigers back within 7. 10-12 to 9-11. 21 and a half played in the final term. An enormous 4 points on offer. Brzezinski looks to take it out himself. Handball to Gordon. Clifford balked one way, then turned back on the left, sends it inside, but it's a good relieving mark taken back there by Meredith. He's excelled at that this afternoon as Cooper Meredith. He goes looking for McInnes. Gordon rose with the fist. Whitford was stripped of the ball. McInnes bustled off it by Gordon. They scrap at ground level. Through the legs of Brewer. Releases the handball out the back to where Clifford was waiting. Through traffic, was composed. And he found a marking target inside 50 in the form of Harnwell. It was a lovely kick to find him. And Pat Harnwell, who's gone from strength to strength in season 2025, with a kick that will take his best, but could close the Tigers back within a point here if he kicks truly. Harnwell sets sail and hits the post. Not far away there, Harnwell. Didn't quite work back enough.
That draw's still on.
It's an even goal lead now. It's anyone's game. Grandstand finish coming up. Smith sets himself. Flew a little early and concedes the free kick. Gave away a couple of them early on. Since then, he's been outstanding, but just went a little prematurely then.
Not a good place to do it either.
Allow the Tigers the chance to stand up via the boot of Stevenson. Oh, but some nice redemption. Smith got back behind the football and took the intercept. You're going to give away the free kick. Not bad to go back and win it for your side. His releasing kick's a good one too. Springs Gunther, who's a penetrating kick, and that one's launched over the top of the Tigers' defence. An opening here perhaps for Hilda. The handball found its way through to Beams. Beams turning back onto the left. Gnomsky scrambling back. And it's through from behind. 7-point ball game. Nearly a hammer blow from Beams. Clifford takes the mark ahead of Thompson. Plays on. Goes through the corridor for Harnwell. Spilled out the back, advantage paid. Tigers building here. Searching ball. Free kick will be paid to Brower. Julian Parker with the presence of mind not to take the advantage, to put the hand up. Say, no, you go back, Mitch. He looks confident of carrying the distance. Mitch Brower, he'll have to kick from 50 out. He launches it. It's floating. It doesn't have the journey. It didn't look clean off the boot. It's fisted through, and again, it's an even one-goal ball game. Kick to a contest. Smith well set, and he plucks another one.
Good mark.
And his name written all over it, Baker Smith, and he's kicking to the corner, opens things up nicely to Nicholson, plays on away from Brereton, launches it deep, an opportunity for a Loams. Oh, well done, Gnomsky. He was strong, he read it, and he takes a crucial relieving mark. The Tigers live to fight another day. 25 and a half travelled in the final quarter, in arrears by a goal. Flanagan.
Gotta go.
And go he does. Handball to Gordon, but he put him under all sorts of pressure. He's forced to rush a kick and it drifts out on the full. He was sold down the river there by Flanagan, was Gordon. Adam Roberts will be happy to run as many seconds off the clock as he can. Reeled in beautifully by Loams. Who will use up every second he can here, Bryce Loams. and then stabs a short one.
Oh, not 15.
Not 15, called to play onwards. Barwick looks around disbelieving. Oh dear, the Magpies. Alomes didn't use his full 30 because he thought I got the short option here. Barwick didn't hear the whistle say, or the call saying not 15. And they don't run the maximum clock and they don't get a score. A bullet dodged from the Tigers, but still some defending to do. Lovell can't shrug free. He's brought down by Nicholson. We've travelled 27 minutes.
They're going to have to get it on the outside and just go as quick as they can.
Tossed up. Smith doing the ruck work. One by Manson, and Manson snaps home. What might well be the match winner for the Magpies? Might that be the goal that sends them to the finals? An unlikely source in Isaac Manson, but a classy finish, and they're out by 2 goals late.
Manson's normally a defender, isn't he?
He snuck forward and kicked.
He's going back down, so he's obviously followed a man down and right place, right time.
And it might well be the knockout punch. It will be the goal, perhaps, that sends the Magpies 4 points clear with 3 weeks to play. It won't guarantee finals, but it puts their fate very much in their hands if they can see this one out now. Tigers need 2 goals late, but the Magpies win it out of the middle again. And the snapshot from Simpson. Alomes in the pocket. Even a behind would be crucial here. Umpire says holding the ball. Free kick. The Tigers have no time to waste. Clifford in a sea of bodies here. McInnes rose high. Didn't complete the mark. Roberts snapping it inside the 450. Alomes spilt the beans. Lovell deep in defence. Risky kick. Gunther dropped the mark. Gordon now looking to springboard back the other way, but he had nothing forward to the footy, so he has to head wide. And the Magpies get the ball back via Roberts, and they can settle things down in the middle here with Simpson.
They'll run it down now. You'd think they should run it down. Look for the 3 man.
They'll just look to professionally see this one out. Simpson launching it long. Spiked away from Alomes by Godomski. But we've travelled 29 minutes and a 2-goal lead looks decisive. Carter out of the ruck. Beats one. Can't shrug free of Thompson. Release the handball though. Harnwell now bursting through the middle of KG5. Finesses one to half forward, but Smith's dropped behind the football. And he takes the relieving mark.
He's definitely redeemed himself after that free kick.
Smith heads wide. Hilda spiked it across to Roberts. Roberts happy to retreat back and just play a little possession football. It's well thought through. They can run the seconds down now. They're almost there, the Magpies. They're close now. High ball. McInnes reels it in. And there's the siren. The Magpies move a game clear in 4th with a hard-fought victory over the Tigers. They win it by 12 points. It was a thrilling contest. It stayed within 2 goals pretty much all afternoon. But the Magpies get the job done at home. And with 3 rounds remaining in season 2025, they're a game clear in 4th. And this may well be the day that they clinched 4th spot and a finals appearance. They're not there yet, but it's a handy down payment in a cracking contest here at KG5.
Oh, fantastic game between two sides fighting for that spot. Well, yeah, words can't explain. That was just one great game to watch, and thoroughly enjoyed it.
It certainly was. We expected a tight contest. The stakes were high. Perhaps the disposal reflected that at times. It was a scrappy game for much of the afternoon, but the big guns really rose as the match wore on, and the Magpies get the win, and with their eyes firmly set on a return to finals action after quite the absence in recent years. They have taken an enormous stride towards achieving that today. They get a huge win and they move clear in 4th spot. Before we sign off from this one, who did you have as your better players in that one, Lee?
Oh, Glenorchy, definitely McInnes was probably the best Glenorchy player. He played for the whole 4 quarters. You'd say Baker Smith with his 4 goals, and in the end, he made that slight error, but he's come back and he went back, did well. Mackenzie come into the game. Nicholson come into the game. Manson did well in the back line. For Kingborough, obviously Kieran Lovell. Gordon had a good game. Mitchell Brower. And obviously Tyler Carter with 5 goals can't go past.
He just lacked a little support in the forward 50, perhaps. Tyler Carter. They didn't quite have the weapons to go with them, but the Magpies get the job done. They fight back and score a huge victory that sees them take an enormous stride towards the return to finals action. And a pleasure bringing this one to you. We'll have the women's up next between these same 2 clubs. Do stick around for that one. But thank you for joining us for this one. Myself, Andrew Cooling, and Lee Griffith in special comments. It's been a pleasure bringing a cracking affair to you as the Magpies score an enormous victory. Back soon with game number 2.